back everybody to the channel. This video is probably gonna come out a day late. I have something to do. This is being recorded at 10 a.m. uh on the 11th, Saturday. Um I don't know if I'm gonna be able to post this today. Cause I'm going somewhere in a few minutes. Preferably, I would like to stay home and watch the games today, but it is what it is, and yeah, I have to go somewhere. So here are my predictions for the NFL playoffs. Um, these aren't going to be in like a specific order. It's just going to be like the games, like wild card, divisional. So before we get into the actual like playoff games, we've got to get into the teams that made it. So the one seeds for both are the Chiefs and the Lions. The two seeds are the Bills Eagles. Three seeds are the Ravens Bucks. Four seeds are the Texans Rams. Five seeds are the Chargers Vikings. Six seeds are the Steelers Commanders. Seven seeds are the Broncos and the Packers. So with that, let's go into the first round, the wild card. So how the wild card works is the one seeds, they get like a rest day. Like these one seeds, they're gonna get a rest. And yeah, then the two seeds play the seven seeds. The three seeds host the six seeds, and the four seeds host the five seeds. The top three seeds that are playing get the home field advantage. Meanwhile, the bottom five are on the road. So with that, let's get into it. First game is the Buffalo Bills vs the Denver Broncos. Give me the Buffalo Bills to win in a score similar to the game a few years ago where they played New England in the playoffs with Mac Jones. I feel like it's gonna have a similar outcome. Like the quarterbacks are similar, and that's how it's like gonna play out. Promising rookie and Josh Allen, obviously. Next up is Green Bay, Philadelphia. Give me an upset. Give me the Green Bay Packers to win. Um, Jordan Love, I feel like, is good. Hurts and AJ Brown, I don't know. They've been on a skid recently. But I believe in the Green Bay Packers to pull off the upset. Next up, we've got the Commanders Buccaneers, probably the best wild card game we have. And while the Commanders could definitely win this, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is my projection for two reasons. A, this is Jaden Daniels' first playoff game. It's a completely different environment, win or go home, something he's never really faced before, besides college, obviously. But I believe this is a different one, and it might get to him. And the second one is they played before, all the way back in week one, where the Bucks crushed them 37-20. While most people would say that was completely different because it was Jane Daniels' first NFL game, it's kind of similar if you think about it. It's his first playoff game. Baker's had quite a few playoff runs. Like last year, he made it to the divisional. Um, and I trust in him to lead the high-powered offense that they have to another victory. Moving on, the next game we've got is Baltimore Pittsburgh. Give me the Baltimore Ravens to absolutely annihilate these guys. Pittsburgh, I don't know, like they've done good this year, but they're on a 4-game losing skid. Um, and that's definitely not how you want to go into the playoffs as a road team. They were competing with Baltimore for the division, then they just dropped four straight. And yeah, I think Baltimore is going to capitalize on that. Lamar Jackson is going to run all over them. And yeah, give me the Baltimore Ravens. Next game, this is the first Saturday game. I don't know why I didn't put these in order. It's Chargers Texans. Give me the Los Angeles Chargers to win. Um, Chargers obviously have a really great defense, and I trust in them to do to limit the Texans' offense as much. CJ Stroud's have been having his sophomore slump. He's gonna be just fine. I trust in him to do that. And Justin Herbert and there is gonna lead that offense to I believe his first playoff victory. Next up, we've got Vikings, Rams, and yeah, give me the Minnesota Vikings. While I could see the Rams putting up a fight, I don't really think they will, because obviously there's been the entire wildfires thing, and I didn't think that's gonna affect their game, but it's obviously a mental thing. They're not even gonna have the home field advantage because it's being moved to Arizona. So yeah, give me Sam Darnold and the Vikings in a neutral location. Next up is the divisional round. So this is how it's gonna work. The one seeds finally get to play. And the one seeds are gonna play the lowest seed that moved on. So like, let's take the first. Like the Detroit Lions are gonna play the 7 seed Green Bay Packers because the Green Bay Packers moved on in my predictions. So yeah, let's get into it. So the first game is the 7 seed Green Bay Packers playing the Detroit Lions. Give me the Detroit Lions in a close one. Um, while I trust in Jordan Love to do Jordan Love things against a pretty battered and bruised Detroit defense, Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs and Monroe St. Brown and Jameson Williams and the great O line that they have is going to hold together and pull out a victory. Next up, we've got Chiefs Chargers. This one is going to be close, but give me the Kansas City Chiefs to ride off their dark magic and get another victory. See, this one is, yeah, it is what it is. While I don't want to predict the Chiefs, I'm trying to be as unbiased as I possibly can. And yeah, the Chiefs are like that. They find a way to win close games. I believe this was a score of a game earlier this year. Um, but yeah, Justin Herbert's high-powered offense can't win here. Give me the Kansas City in Arrowhead. Next up is Baltimore vs. Buffalo. This match is the toughest one to predict out of all of them. But in the end, I'm going to have to take the Buffalo Bills. So, while Lamar Jackson and Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews all had like great years, and Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen are fighting for MVP, give me the Buffalo Bills. Just because they have home field advantage, that's what I think it came down to. Um, the Bills just have a high-powered offense. Josh Allen able to produce the exact same numbers, well, slightly worse numbers, but in one less game, than Lamar Jackson. And with a much worse supporting cast. No offense to Khalil Shakir, obviously on the screen, James Cook, and what's his name, Dalton Kincaid. No offense to them, but yeah, they has a worse supporting cast with about the same numbers. But I will acknowledge the game that happened earlier this year, where the Buffalo Bills got destroyed by the Baltimore Ravens, like 35-10, I believe. That was like very bad for them, but if I didn't know like exactly where the game was played, I'm pretty sure it was in Buffalo. Okay, I just double checked. It was in Baltimore, so yeah, I feel like the home field advantage is gonna come. Josh Allen at the beginning of the year was a little rocky, but he found his leggings. He's back in. And give me the Buffalo Bills to win. Next up, we've got another really good matchup where I really could have gone either way on. It was Vikings Buccaneers, but in the end, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So obviously, These two teams are really good. The Vikings obviously went 14-3. That's great. Um, for them. And yeah, the Buccaneers went only 10-7, which was kind of a down year, but not really. They weren't expected to win the division at all, but they did because the Falcons fell off a cliff. But I will say the Buccaneers have way more playoff experience. Mike Evans won a Super Bowl. Baker Mayfield made the divisional round, makes the playoffs. Made the Baker Mayfield's made like two divisional rounds, and Sam Darnold played his first playoff game in Los is going to play his first playoff game in Los Angeles, and that was in a neutral location too. So give me the Buccaneers at home to win. And with that, it brings us to the conference championships. So we've got two games. The first one being the NFC Buccaneers vs Lions, and this one's gonna be another tight game, just because the Buccaneers have such a high-powered offense. But give me the Nope, I'm kidding. Give me the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, the Detroit Lions are gonna win this. And make their first ever Super Bowl appearance in the history of the team. Um. Yeah. I don't have much to say on this. The Buccaneers obviously have a high-powered offense. They're going to score more than 30 points on a battered and bruised Detroit defense that is getting Aiden Hutchinson back this game. And I feel like that's going to make a little bit of a difference. And just enough for the Detroit Lions to win. Whether that's like a huge defensive stop or a big fumble recovery. Whatever. Yeah. Give me the Detroit Lions to advance to the Super Bowl. Next up, we've got Chiefs Bills, and just like the past 3 years, psych, give me the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, this is their year. I don't care if it's in Arrowhead. This is gonna be like the exact same score as what's it called? Their regular season game, except the Chiefs score an extra touchdown. I feel like Mahomes is going to get rattled because he's Patrick Mahomes. I don't know. But yeah, um to be fair though, I feel like the winner of the Bills Ravens matchup that I've predicted will make it to the Super Bowl, and like in some weird scenario where the Ravens lose in the first round or the Bills just get upset by the Broncos, Chiefs will make it. I don't know, man. The only scenario I think the Chiefs make it to the Super Bowl is if they don't have to face the Bills or the Ravens, because I do believe that they are the third best team in their conference. Yeah, give me Buffalo. That brings us to the Super Bowl matchup. Where we've got the number one seeded Detroit Lions vs the number two seeded Buffalo Bills. They did play in the regular season where I believe the Bills won 48-42. That was highly because the Detroit Lions secondary was injured, but nevertheless, in New Orleans, a neutral location, give me the Buffalo Bills to win. Another one that could go like either way. This was, I'm gonna say it like, what, the second toughest one to predict besides Bills Ravens. Vikings Buccaneers goes in third, and obviously Bills Ravens goes in first. This Super Bowl, like, I believe the Lions could go all the way this year and just like hurt the Bills and just like make them cry forever. But yeah, this I feel like the Buffalo Bills want it more. They're gonna get the win. While Lions, like, they could definitely want it more. I don't know. They've never made a Super Bowl in their history, and they want to win their first one. Yeah. Um. Final thoughts. Most people would say the Chiefs. Like, most casuals would say the Chiefs would win just because of the Swifty thing. I've seen some YouTubers like Andrew Fenichel and yeah, yeah, basically him to predict the Chiefs Super Bowl. 3P, and I've seen a lot of YouTubers predict the Lions to win against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, get their first ever. I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills to break the drought, but I could definitely see. But no matter what, I feel like it's gonna be one of the following four teams I'll list out: Bills, Lions, Chiefs, and Ravens. The Chiefs are gonna use dark magic. That's all I have to say. Hope you enjoyed the video. Yeah, peace.